Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessTrade.com nightly wrap-up show. Thank you very much for tuning in, spending a couple of minutes with us. All I ask is if you could take a tenth of a second, hit that like button, and I really would appreciate it. So let's talk about it. If you look at the scoreboard today, nothing really stands out, right? Nothing really stands out. Fractional, modest victories on all the major benchmarks across the board. A lot of stocks are still kind of disconnected. You get some strength, you get some weakness, and for a lot of untrained novice traders, it looks like a one big day of chalk. And on the surface, you're not wrong. The problem is if you don't know what you're looking for, or if you don't do your research, and again, we always talk about we are very driven based on data, not on on opinion. You'll see there are really good pockets of opportunities that you can take advantage of. We'll get to them in a second. But the most important part is when you're going into tomorrow's session, we finally priced improved today on the QQQs. If you watched last night's video, I said, well, we need to start getting above that 304 level. The market gave us that move above the 304 level, traded up to like 305 and change, but this is now the highest close in the whole in the formation in the last 4 days. It's not earth-shattering, okay? Believe me, this is not earth-shattering. This is nothing to celebrate. This is nothing to be proud of. Again, this is still a lot of work to chop down these trees, but at least from a point of view, if you are a perma bull, again, I trade both sides of the market, but at least for the argument, for the point of reference of the perma bull, and say, oh, this is finally the first time in 1, 2, 3 sessions that we finally closed above this little baby range. Are we out of the woods? Of course not. It's terrible. Look at the chart. The QQs are a mess. But if you are putting in the work, and I suggest every trader, again, I don't care if you're trading for 21 days or 21 years or somewhere in between, you should be charting every single day, even if you don't know what the hell you're looking for, okay? Eventually, muscle memory will give you that aha moment, right? So again, the market is, or at least from the technology point of view, a complete issue, right? Complete issue. It looks terrible, and under the untrained eye, this is absolute a bloodbath. And it is, again, if you don't know what you're looking for. There are pockets of opportunity, like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago. And if you are trading, quote unquote, the market, whether it's the Qs, the SPYs, or the diamonds, or the IWM, yeah, you're going to run into a lot of chop. You really are. Again, unless you're trading very, very specific intervals and know your supply and demand zones. But there are, like I said, individual opportunities. So let's talk about the individual opportunities, right? Fractional moves, again, fractional moves all across the board. We talked about MU, right? We talked about MU in last night's video. They report tomorrow, right? Again, your guess is as good as mine, what's going to happen. But again, we talked about MU. It's research, research, research. 455, 50, 52-week highs. Needs to confirm. Stock right now is trading 464 after hours. They're trying to potentially make a run ahead of their earnings, which, again, what they do. Again, congratulations for all you guys who took it. Avago, we talked about Avago last night's video, right? Avago, 320 short. Okay, you don't need 200 points on every single trade. But again, if you are watching your channels and you know exactly where to pick them apart, here is the 320 traded down to 317. Is this the biggest trade in the world? No. But again, if the market is condensed, right, and we are still in a chop cycle, $1, $2, $3 moves are pretty good. Again, when they're all going uniformed, all green or all red, that's when you're getting your expansion day. But again, an opportunity research comes together. You should be absolutely prepared. PLTR, we talked about in last night's video, 153.86, right? Needs to build. Here's PLTR, right? PLTR got back above this little baby range, 53.86, traded up to almost 57. It gets back above 57, then you're now looking at the 3-6 highs test. Again, opportunities within corrupted channels, opportunities within contracting channels, opportunities. If you trade on both sides of the market, you could identify those spreads. You could identify those $2, $3 channels that if you are patient, you can find them, right? You can find them. Again, this is kind of the point of putting yourself in a situation to identify the market that you're in, not the market that you want, and work around it. Again, another perfect example. Good job there. We talked about the Qs last night. I even give you the price. 604 rejected twice, needs to confirm. This is high. This is now the highest close in this whole formation for the last 4 days. They traded up to about 606. They obviously need to confirm that. SanDisk, guys, I'm telling you the price. Here's the price for tomorrow, right? If Micron got above the 52-week highs, watch SanDisk, 725, 725. There's no, there's no terms of interpretation. If it could get back above the 725 level, it should spike just like Micron. But again, everybody's area of interest are going to be a little different. RKLB had a massive buyer came in right from the word go today. A buyer came in for the 75 weeklies. 72.60 needs to confirm. RKLB went crazy today, right? Went crazy today. So it took out the 72.60 and reclaimed the 50-day moving average, trading all the way up to 79. Massive, massive move. Again, the formula is we have a daily chart confirming with a deep out-of-the-money call buyer, usually good things happen. And now, if this thing could reclaim back the 50-day moving average and confirm today's prices, you could get a second really, really big move tomorrow on RKLB. Again, big move there as well. I believe that was all they confirmed. Yeah, NVIDIA didn't confirm yet as well. So you got some pretty good moves today. I also traded eBay today. Not a big move. It was like 60, 70 cents, sold like half, and the rest I broke even on. But the point is there are opportunities, right? There are going to be opportunities within these condensed channels, within these chopped cycles, but you have to put in the work, guys. Again, nobody's going to sit there and spoon feed you so you can play the stock market. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the ability to trade both sides of the market. Eventually, we will get back above all these channels, but for now, you got to do the legwork, because if you don't and you wake up at 9:30, a person who's been doing this for a very, very long time is going to have a massive edge over you. So let me give you guys some opportunities for tomorrow, right? Let's start with RKLB. Like we talked about, it closed above the 50-day moving average. If it gets back above today's channel tomorrow, you can get a day 2 push. NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA, since the keynote presentation yesterday, didn't do anything yesterday, couldn't price improve today. I'm watching this 3-day channel, guys. If it starts losing this 3-day channel, remember, this is now a short history of selling good news. They came out with record earnings, they sold it. They came out with a pretty good call for a potential $1 trillion revenue by 2027. They sold it. Again, doesn't mean it's going to go to zero. It just means short term, there are selling good news. So I am watching this 3-day channel tomorrow. If it gets violated, I will be a seller of the stock. SanDisk, we talked about. Watch the 725. Again, I'm giving you the price. Watch the price. 725 are February 3rd highs. It needs to build over 725, and this thing could potentially pull a Micron and give you a good move today. Coinbase continues to act very, very well. This is now the first highest close in March. It closed above the 64 EMA with Bitcoin still trying to recover. Coinbase is recovering as well. If it confirms the 64 EMA, this thing can wake up as well. Look at Google, right? Again, these are channels within channels. Again, it's a messy market. This is channels within channels. Google looks pretty good. It's been rejected twice at the 20-day supply. All it needs to do is reclaim this 20-day supply, and you might get a move right back to the 50-day moving average. So keep an eye on that as well. Tesla, again, you're not gonna have a trained eye could see a value playing out here on Tesla on both sides, right? On both sides here. You can see here it's hugging the 200-day moving average, and it keeps on bouncing, and it keeps on getting rejected off the 20-day supply. One of these levels will fold, right? One of these levels will get confirmed in the next couple of days. If it reclaims back the 20-day moving average, it's a long. If it loses the 200-day moving average, with both hands, I will sell this thing with extreme prejudice. So it's setting up there as well. So we are in a very unique market right now. The overall macro environment is super choppy, super messy, but if you do trade both sides of the market and you can identify the opportunities that could give you a pretty good measure potential move, and you watch the options market kind of confirm that, you will not only survive this tape, but you'll do pretty well while other people are sitting there belly aching and complaining about things they can't control. If you are interested in pivots, guys, or you've been watching along, following along for many years, guys, all it takes is 30 days to see if it's a right fit for you. Come hang out, see exactly what it's all about. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I think you'll like it, right? I think you'll like it. So if you are interested, click that link below, guys, and I will see you in the webinar. Have a great night, everybody. God bless, and I'll see you on the field tomorrow.